Hi, this is Jennifer with Make My Heart Smile Crafting. Crochet along with me today to learn the front post and back post double crochet stitch. If you are a new viewer, welcome. Check out my other lessons and tutorials on this channel because if you're a returning subscriber, you know that this is just part of a series of crochet lessons. So we have moved on to intermediate level stitches and skills. Instructions will always be in the description below along with timestamps, but I highly recommend you are familiar with the beginner basics of crochet before attempting this stitch and little project. Before I show you that, let's be reminded of abbreviations that you might find or you will find in tutorials with this stitch. Now, you know, I like my handy dandy little card. And my card's filling up, friends. Look at all the things that we've learned. But you will see front post and back post abbreviated with a small f and p and a bp. Now, that can also be done with a single crochet stitch or even a triple or treble crochet stitch. Double crochet stitch with front post and back post are most common, but you might see it also with those. So fpdc, front post double crochet, back post bpdc, okay? Back post double crochet. So we're going to learn both of them today in one project. Yes, the Scrubby sponge. I've been making a lot of these for market, and I have been using, if you can hear that, Scrubby yarn, Scrubology yarn, found at Hobby Lobby again. I will leave a link below to the video I did on reviewing all of those different kinds of kind of just really abrasive, interesting, scrubby yarns. And so I'm going to be using my beginner yarn, the Beginner Bee from Hobby Lobby tube-like yarn that I've been using with you through all of these lessons. But for this practice, you know, I like for you to have a little project to make instead of just practice for nothing and then frogging it. Make something while you're learning the stitch, right? So that's what we're going to get into today. And so let's get started. Of course, you will need your usual materials, the yarn, and I always use a 6mm hook when I'm teaching you. It's just a great size for this tube-like yarn. Of course, stitch marker, darning needle, and scissors for fastening off later. So let me get those out of the way for the moment so that we can talk about the start of this little project for learning the front post and back post double crochet stitch. We're going to start by chaining 12 for this little project. So slip knot, of course, stick that on, and chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you know we always count again and place our stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you have two choices. The easy route, as we go back and put in some double crochets, will be just to go into that the top loop. But because I want this edge to be super scrubby on my sponge and to have a lot of texture, I'm going to go into the back bumps. And I've shown you this before, where behind your V's you have these back bumps. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my stitch marker in the last one so that I know I've used them all. And that would be right here, this guy right here. I'm going to put my stitch marker. Counting back, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And hopefully I don't regret going into the back post, or sorry, into the back bumps, because it can be a little fiddly if you've made your chain super tight. which I tend to crochet on the tight side, but we'll see. This yarn is pretty stretchy and forgiving, so we're going to double crochet 1, 2, 3, 4 into the fourth from the hook. And again, if you want to just use your top loops, perfectly okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yarn over and make double crochet. And so that gives us, as you can see, a chain and then a post, right? Our double crochet stitch is basically a post. So our chain and post. So we're going to keep going all the way back across with just some double crochets. That's 2 double crochets, 3, I use my finger to kind of get up under that bump if you're wondering why I'm using my index finger on my right hand so much. Two, three, four. 4 more to go. Under that bump. Double crochets all along. Back across our chain. Okay, and my handy dandy stitch marker has shown me where my last one will go. Ooh, it's tight. Okay, got her in there. All right, now counting back, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Counting that chain. Okay, so that is counted, that first chain we made. Okay, so that is our first row of double crochets. That's row 1. Now on to row 2. Now I know this has 3 here, but I like my double crochets with a chain of 2 to start on the ends of my rows. So I chain 2 usually. Okay. Also, since I went in the back bumps, I've got a nice edge there. If you didn't, that's okay. You still have somewhat of an edge, but it'll be fine. So going on, here we go. This is our row 2, where we're going to actually look at what a front post and back post double crochet looks like. Okay, so 1, 2, chain of 2, and turn your work. Okay, so as you can see, we have what's called little posts, or so to speak. Double crochets are a taller stitch, so we can easily see those, right? And I'm hanging on to my chain here, and I'm hanging on to my chain here. So technically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets, right? So we're going to do front post, then back post, front post, then back post, front post, then back post double crochets. And so you're going to see that as we alternate, it's 4 front post, 4 back post as we go up each row. Okay, so that in mind, we're not going to do anything with this right here, this chain here. Okay, we're going to look at that first post, our first double crochet technically, okay, from the previous row. So yarn over, because we are doing a double crochet. Okay, and front post means you're not going to worry about your V's at the top at all. Okay, you are looking at your double crochets going across. So you're going to actually insert your hook so that it's sticking up. Okay, so the front post here, yarn over as you would usually to make a double crochet, pull it through, and finish the double crochet. So it's like we put our hook behind it to push that post forward, to push it to the front, and do a double crochet around it. And it does push it. As you can see, that has pushed the stitch out. That's where we get that wonderful texture. Now the next one is going to be a back post. So this was front post. This is going to be a back post. And back post means you yarn over like we're starting a double crochet. And we're just going to do a double crochet around the back of the post, which means that we're going to put our hook in and push it to the back. Yarn over and finish the double crochet stitch. So that has pushed it to the back. See? The post is now pushed to the back. This one's pushed to the front. This one's pushed to the back. Okay, so let's do that again, and we're alternating as we go down the row. So front post. So yarn over, because we're doing a double crochet. Stick your hook, push it to the front, yarn over, finish the double crochet stitch. Let's push it to the front. Now we're going to push this one to the back. Yarn over, put your hook, keep wanting to say needle, push your hook, push it to the back, yarn over, finish the double crochet stitch. And it's getting pretty bumpy, isn't it? These two have been pushed to the front. These two have been pushed to the back. And that's what makes this a great scrubby sponge, because you want that texture and all those bumps and everything. Okay, so we're going to continue on. Front post, yarn over, put your hook behind so it pushes it to the front, yarn over, finish the double crochet stitch. Back post, yarn over, put your hook behind and push it to the back. Push that post to the back, yarn over. Oh, I'm getting a little snag, that's okay. Pull it up, finish the double crochet stitch. Front, back, front, back, front, back. Our last two. Front, put it behind there and push it to the front, yarn over, finish the double crochet stitch. Our last back post, it's right here. Yarn over, put your hook behind it, push it to the back, yarn over, finish the double crochet stitch. And I actually keep it kind of turned toward me so I can see the back. And then it's going to get a little wonky. All right, there we go. So now we have that chain right at the end. So you got, again, two choices. We're going to make a double crochet, just a normal double crochet, either into the top, so either into the V here, or just into the space. Your choice again, okay? I'm going to put it into the top. So basically we've made all of our front post and back post double crochet stitches, and now we've got to end the row with a normal double crochet, either into the top V or just into the space of that last chain. Okay, and so stretch it out a little bit. There we've got row 2 completed, and basically now you're going to continue each row the same until you've reached the desired length of your sponge. This is the width of your sponge. This would be the length of your sponge. So we've got our alternating front post, back post, front post, back post. And on the back, see the back one. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you will always see those 4 in the front and the 4 in the back, and then kind of like your spaces on each side from your chains. Okay, so row 3 and on. I'm going to do just probably 6 rows. that's really the length of my, if I stretch this out, you can see them. See? It's the length of the sponge. That's for me, that's a good width and length for my hand. You can make it wider or longer if you want. It really is really versatile. You really could do it however, but you'll see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows going up. So let's practice some more. 1, 2 to start the row, chain of 2 for double crochets for that height. Turn your work. And let me definitely show you how this goes from here, because your double crochet stitches can be, to find that post, can be a little tricky now that we've got a couple of rows worked. So yarn over, and again, you're always going to skip this, okay? I'm going to skip that, and this is your first post. Now, as you can see from the previous row, this is already bumped out, okay? And so you're going to be putting your hook, see if I can explain this. You're going to be putting it here, not here, okay? That's not the post. This is what we want right here, okay? So you go behind it to push it to the front, yarn over, and then finish the double crochet. Now, if you can see, the back post from our previous round is right here. That's where we need to dig in there. So yarn over, and we're going to go back behind, right here, back behind it. Oops. Like this, sorry. I had to remind myself. Back behind it. That's probably the trickiest bit. The back post is trickier than the front. I'll give you that. Okay? So front post again, and that's so easy to see because it's jetting out in front of you. Push it out, go behind it to push it out in front. Yarn over and finish your double crochet. But for the back post, we have to make it push out the back. So we go behind it, and push it out. Yarn over, finish the double crochet stitch. Front post, back post, front post, back post, and then a regular double crochet stitch either into that chain space or into the top V of the chain. I can get my hook through there. That's just creating a little edge, right? So there is the next row done. And really, those front and back post crochet stitches will just continue on. It's like you're making a row almost going up, because you're always hitting front post at that spot, each row going across. Front post and back post always line up on each other. So you'll create almost like a full ridge. Okay, so continue on with that. For the sake of time, I'm going to let you finish that scrubby sponge on your own. I know you can do it. And that is the front post, back post, double crochet stitch. In some patterns, you may not alternate. It may just be back posts, or it may just be front posts. Decide which one's your favorite. You probably can tell the front post is my favorite as compared to the back post, but this is a great intermediate skill to learn. Keep practicing. If you've enjoyed this and want to support my channel, give it a like and subscribe to follow along for more. Leave a comment if you have used this stitch in other projects. I would love to know. And as always, happy crocheting. See you next time.